Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner, and with us today is Gwen Collins, and she is the Senior Coordinator for English here in Norfolk Public Schools. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have you, and we have a very important discussion today, which is the summer reading, how we want our students to continue reading over the summer. But first, tell us why it's important for our students of all ages and all grades to continue to read over the summer months.
It is so important for our students to keep reading over summer because it's practice. It's just like playing a sport. If you stop playing basketball at the end of the school year and then don't start back up again until September, you're going to have to do some practicing to pick up. So we don't want our students to have any lag time. We want them to keep reading all summer long so they can stay at the proficiency level where they are.
Let's talk about our summer reading list, what type of books we have, and then also what are the breakdown for the age ranges or grade ranges.
We have 4 summer reading lists. We have a pre-K through 2nd grade summer reading list, a 3rd through 5th grade summer reading list, a middle school summer list, and then a high school summer list. And on each list there are about 100 books, there are 100 titles, and they're broken down by grade level for the parents to pick from.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is a lot of books. There's some
Yes.
some good ones on there, so everyone should find something that they would want to read on our list.
So I understand there's a difference between grades 6 through 8 through 12. So what's the big difference between kindergarten through 2 and 3? What are the differences in these books?
You know, our early books, the pre-K through 2nd grade books, are shorter text. They're very predictable. There's picture supports for the students to understand what's happening in the story. And then through 3rd through 5th grade, we start to get into novels. There's less illustrations and less pictures there to help them understand the story. So they really have to understand what they're reading.
Yeah, I have a 3rd grader, and it's funny how now she's reading chapter books.
Yep,
like 2nd and 3rd, she's like, oh, it's a chapter book now. It's not as quick of a read as she thought before.
That's right, and it's exciting for them to make that move into chapter books. There's some good transitional chapter books for students going from 2nd to 3rd grade.
So where are summer reading books located?
Our summer reading book lists are located on the NPS website, and also we give them to the Norfolk Public Library, so they'll have those books, the lists as well.
So do the schools assign the reading programs or lists for the kids over the summer?
Some of our schools encourage our students to do summer reading, and they might keep a log and then bring that back in at the beginning of the year. Our middle and high school, I would say quite a few of them actually encourage our students to read at least 2 books over the summer before they come back in September.
Yeah, I've seen those packets.
Yeah.
Tell them to read. So is it the best to read books, or are there other literature or other things that you would want students to read over the summer?
You know, reading is reading, so I would encourage students to read anything they can get their hands on. And so books are always great for them to read. One thing I would do as a parent is make sure that you offer your child choices on what they are going to read, that they pick things that they want to read. Choice is a huge motivator, but other things that they can read are magazines, newspapers, comic books. Let them read the recipe when you're making something, or read the grocery list when you're at the grocery store. Have them read as you're driving down the road for your K2 students. Let them read the signs that are, that you're seeing as you go down the road.
Well, you've brought an array of books with you here today.
I have.
So let's talk about some of those.
Well, the first one that I brought that would be applicable for K2 is The Great Fuzz Frenzy. And it is a great tale of a dog that drops a tennis ball down a prairie dog hole, and it lands in Prairie Dog Town. And it's all about what the prairie dogs do with this tennis ball that they don't know what it is, and there is a fuzz frenzy and the fuzz runs out. So that's the first one. It's very funny and students love it. It's one of my all-time favorite books. And then also I have with us Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library, and this is actually one of our Battle of the Books books, and it is the top pick every year. The students love this story. It's about a boy named Kyle who learns that his library is being designed by the world's most famous game maker, and he gets an invitation to the library, but what he finds out, it's not as hard getting in the library as getting out of the library, and so that's what the book is all about. So that's another one of my all-time favorites. And then I have also here The Crossover by Kwame Alexander, and this book is about Josh and his twin brother who are basketball players, and they have the toughest. They have crossovers that make the toughest ballers cry, but it's written in prose, so it's written in rhyme, and it's a great narrative story about these two brothers and things that happen to them in middle and high school.
What are the age groups for these books you've just discussed?
For The Great Fuzz Frenzy, I would say pre-K through 2nd grade. Mr. Lemoncello's Library would be for 3rd through 5th grade students. The Crossover would be for middle school and high school students. And the author of the Crossover is actually from the Eastern Shore. So he's a local author, which is nice to have to, read a book by someone who's from Virginia and in our area. And then the last book I have is, and I brought a classic for our high school students, is The Lord of the Flies. So I'm thinking while we're enjoying our summer, it's a great story about a group of boys not having such a good time, but it's a great survival story. And it will be a book that our secondary students will be reading during their high school years.
And it's funny, I remember that book from high school.
I think we all do, but it is a great book. It's a great classic book. Wow,
these are some great books, and I know parents are like, okay, I hope they scribbled it down, wrote down these book titles, and if not, where can they go to get the summer reading list?
They can go back on they can get on our website, that's where our summer reading lists are, or the Norfolk Public Library. And for our high school list, we actually have an asterisk beside some of the books that could be required reading for students in high school. So sometimes it's nice for the kids to get a step up and read a book before they actually get there.
Great. So we want parents to go to our website, www.npsk12.com, and check out our summer reading list. Thank you, Gwen, for coming on the show and giving us an update on what we need to do this summer to keep our kids occupied, too, with literature.
That's right. Thank you very much for having me.
Great. And we want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Today in the studio we have a student athlete from Maury High School, and her name is Star White. Welcome, Star.
Thank you.
All right, great name, because you're the star of this Maury soccer team that is having a great year. So let's talk a little bit about soccer and a little bit about yourself. Tell us how long you've been involved in soccer and how you got started.
Well, I've been playing since I was 4. I think my dad has always said, like, one of his co-workers said, you should get her into soccer, because I was doing ballet at the time, because I was like really hyper and everything. So so he got me involved with soccer, and then all the coaches like complimented my speed and like my touch and my ability, and he was like, okay, we're just gonna like stick with it.
Okay, so in soccer, there's a number of positions. So what position do you play, and what role on the team does that serve?
Well, I've always played forward because like my speed, which makes it easier to go to goal and make runs and everything.
So you're going to goal, so that means you like to score.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many goals have you scored this year?
I'm pretty sure I've scored 31 in the regular season, with I think 2 or 3 more in regionals and everything.
All right, so let's talk about your team right now. You have a new coach, Mary Morgan, who's a former player, who was an excellent player at Maury High School and went on to play at UVA, and you are at that level as well. So I've been around a little bit, and I've seen a lot of soccer players, and you do your speed is something special. So let's talk about the team. itself and how the season's going?
Well, when we first started, I was like, I hope we can just build upon what we had last year, getting to the regional semis or regional finals, and we lost and we weren't able to go to states. So Mary, like at the beginning of the season, she was like, set some goals. And our goals were to stay undefeated, which we accomplished, and to go to states. And I was like, I hope we can do it this time, because we lost like 4 key seniors last year. Well, 5 with Marina. But the season's just been great, because all the freshmen and everything, they've really added something to the team, like a freshness and everything, and Mary was able to add on to what the Boozians had already created, like more intense drills, and she was just able to add a higher level of competition to that, since she's like, I love the Boozians, but like she came from the ACC level of competition, so she was just able to like make sure that we were able to focus on like competing and everything, and hard work and everything.
Okay, you guys have done a nice job with that. So as a senior, you know, how's it feel to be that leader, that role model on the team?
Oh, well, Mads is also a captain, so I think we're very proud of like being able to be a captain of this team that's been able to like push against the just like the obstacles that have been put in our way. Like people have been saying, no, you're not going to beat PA, or you're not going to beat Hickory, and we've just been going in like one game at a time, like trying to focus and win. And like when the team like gets down and like they're like, we don't know if we can do it, Mads and I and like the other seniors are like, no, we can do this. We've been doing well so far, and remember our goal to get to states and to stay undefeated. So I think that's just been able to like stay in our minds.
Okay.
When
So as a senior, I mean, obviously you came off a really good junior year. There was some expectations. So did you have any pressure with upholding that all-state position that you were honored with?
Yeah, like people may think I don't get nervous before I play, and like even though it's a high school game, like compared to club, I get more nervous for high school games than club games, because there's just like when you play against club teams, they don't really know who you are, and you guys are all at the like same level. But like for a high school, everyone's like, oh, you're a star, you need to like do your thing. And it's just like I want to keep up and like add on to what I've been doing the past 4 years. So I've just been.
Okay. So what do you think your best qualities are on the field?
I think it's assisting my teammates and just helping the forwards like move around. Sometimes I tell the other forwards like move up, move back, like watch your runs. So I would say my speed and my ability to like get inside and like go to goal and like or assist if I don't have an opportunity at goal. Okay.
Well, the 4 years you've had a great career, and with that you've done very well academically. A 4.6 GPA, not too shabby. So what's the next step for Star?
Well, I'm attending Brown University, which has a high level of academics, which everyone knows because it's an Ivy League. And I'll be playing soccer there also. So I think having played soccer in high school and kept up my academics, I think it will just help me like build upon that at Brown, just with the higher level. And I hope to just keep doing what I'm doing.
So, I mean, you had some choices to make. So what was the ultimate decision that said Brown's the place for me?
Well, I was actually choosing between University of Pennsylvania and Brown, and they're both Ivy Leagues, and they're both like on the same level, like with soccer and academics. So it was basically visiting. I realized like this is where I want to be, and this is where I fit in, and the coaches and the way they put academics before sports, which is what I wanted to focus on. So that just
so let's talk a little bit about how Maury High School, your teachers have prepared you to get to Brown University.
Well, my teachers like haven't cut me any slack for playing soccer, which has helped me. So I know like the professors, like they don't care if I play soccer, but I mean they'll keep that in mind, but they still want me to succeed, like even though I'm playing soccer. So it's just, I think they've helped me like learn how to manage my time better and everything.
Okay, great. So what kind of advice, I mean, you're a role model, you're the captain of the team. What kind of advice can you give the younger players, and then players that are at Blair Middle School that have watched this team kind of grow over the years?
I think the best thing to say is like to take it one game at a time and don't focus on like what everyone else is thinking, like if you're gonna win or not, or like the other team's record. It's just to like focus one game at a time, and if you like work hard throughout that game and you give it all you have, like you can always win.
Okay. Well, Star, we want to thank you for coming down here. We know you have a big week of practice, and you've qualified for that state tournament, and we wish Maury High School good luck in the state tournament.
Thank you.
More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. With us today is Helen Phillips. She is the Senior Director of School Nutrition. And we also have Hannah Carroll, who is our Nutrition Education Coordinator here in Norfolk Schools. Welcome, ladies, to NPS Now.
Thank you.
Well, summertime is coming, and we're going to talk about our summer meals program. But first, tell me about that particular program, Helen.
We are very excited about our summer meals program. We became the sponsors of this USDA program about 4 years ago. Prior to that, we still participated in summer meals, but we're kind of the caterer for the city. But since we have taken it over as one of our responsibilities, the program has grown every year. This summer, we're looking at over 60 summer feeding sites. And it's kind of an extension of the school year to be sure that our students have good meals all summer long, so they don't lose all those good things they learned during the school year, and they're ready to come back in the fall. So we're excited to offer this to the whole community of Norfolk for the summer months.
Yeah. Helen, who is eligible for these summer meals, and then also where are they being served?
The summer meals are available to all kids and teens under the age of 18, both NPS students and non-NPS students that are maybe passing through town or visiting family members. We'll be serving at various locations across the city, so that includes libraries, rec centers, and schools.
Wow, it's great to have those partners to work with us with this type of program. So how is this being funded, Helen?
So it is another one of the USDA programs that we offer here in Norfolk Public Schools. We do 6 feeding programs, and the summer months is the summer food service program. And so all the students, or every child that comes, is free of charge. No money exchanges hands, there's no enrollment. You can just show up at any of the sites and enjoy breakfast and lunch is offered at most of the sites. Some of them do just lunch, but most of them have breakfast and lunch.
So what are some of the times when these meals are being served so the parents will know, what time to get the kids up to go?
Yes, the times and the days vary all throughout the city, but we have a couple ways that you can find out that information. The first is npssummermeals.com. And the second, you can text. If you text the word food to 877-877, that is a really cool app, I guess, that then it shoots right back to your location and tells you sites that are near you, that you can get where to go and the times that they're serving. And again, most sites do breakfast and lunch, but some switch it up a little bit.
So it's summertime, so what are some other unique events or activities you have going on?
Well, for the summer months, we're planning to do cookouts at some of our rec centers on Fridays. We started that last year, kind of expanding a little bit this year, but it's a really fun opportunity at about 8 rec centers during the summertime. We'll do a barbecue, we'll cook hamburgers and hot dogs and have watermelon and some other little snacks to go along with, and it's a fun time at those rec centers. And then also we're using our summer months to continue our taste testing. To get ready for next school year. So we've kind of learned that this is another opportunity to reach our students in a smaller capacity and have more time to really work with them to see what they like and what they don't like. And again, we'd like to have our student approved menu items on our menu come fall.
I like that, student approved menu items.
Yes.
Hannah, what type of education are we sharing with students during these summer activities?
Summertime is the perfect time to really increase our outreach of nutrition education. So our seasonal crops are in full growth during the summertime, so we can bring some new fruits and vegetables to the kids to try things out. Some things that we did last year that we'll do again this year will be the 5 food groups relay race. We also will bring the blender bike out this summer, of course, and we'll do some taste testing like Helen had mentioned to kind of help figure out what we want to serve next year too. So we'll have a lot of fun this summer. It's a great time to really make food fun for the kids and help them learn a little more about what they're eating.
That's kind of like marketing. You're kind of marketing school nutrition. So specifically, what are some marketing things that you're doing this year?
Trying to get better at our marketing, and so we're very excited for summer. We've got some summer billboards that are going up that we'll have 6 around the city, so we hope everyone kind of keeps an eye out for those. They have really fun food faces on them for food, fun, and friends. And then we're also, for the fall, we're going to be wrapping our trucks. So our trucks that go to the schools every day making our food deliveries are going to have really fun graphics on them this year.
Oh, great.
And then hopefully they'll be better identified around the city, and people know that, oh, there's the school nutrition truck delivering all those good meals for the kids.
So you're pretty much letting everybody know that food is fun and it's enjoyable, and that we're on top of our game when it comes to nutrition education.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you also have some end-of-the-year activities planned for our schools. And what are some of the popular foods that you think, Hannah, the kids have enjoyed throughout this year?
We had a lot of really successful items this year. So one was the salmon bites. We were surprised that pleasantly surprised that the kids loved the salmon so much. So that was a great new menu item. They also love the fresh kiwi this past spring. They really enjoyed eating that, and some of the kids even bit straight into the kiwi, eating the skin with it, which is totally healthy, packed with nutrients, but it was really funny that the kids just totally took to the kiwi. They also really loved the LTO, which is our limited time offer, buffalo chicken flatbread, which was served in the middle schools and the high schools. And it was a beautiful flatbread with buffalo chicken on it, a little bit of ranch drizzled, and fresh celery diced over top of it. It was a really, really nice limited time offer that the kids liked.
Why do you think it's important to expose our students to different types of foods like this?
We love that opportunity in our schools to take these limited time offers, and then even some of our regular items too. But again, it's just to expose the children to something different, to let the students see what else might be out there outside of their normal circle of restaurants and foods they get at home. And that just makes them, I think, better prepared to leave school as high school students, to leave school and go out and see what else is out there. But food should be fun, it should be a great experience, and then also, of course, provide the good nutrition that our bodies need. So that's what you get when you come to the cafeterias. It's always good, nutritious food, but we like to make it attractive and fun too. And this particular flatbread was absolutely beautiful when it was made. It was a really pretty buffalo flatbread, yes.
What other activities did you all have going on this year?
We had a lot of fun things going on this year. This past spring, we had National School Breakfast Week, and we celebrated our Breakfast Week superheroes. So we had 5 students selected from across the district that were our superheroes, and they actually spent a day helping to prepare and pass out breakfast items to their classmates, and they wore an adorable cape that said Breakfast Week Superhero. This Earth Day, we also did some fun activities. We had seeded bracelets given to the kids, which are biodegradable bracelets that say Happy Earth Day, and the kids can actually plant them in the ground and they grow wildflowers.
Wow.
So that was a really fun event that we did also. And then next week, because it's not over yet, next week we have Beach Day, and we'll have 9 schools celebrating Beach Day. They'll have giveaways. Our high schoolers will have a chance to win a Bluetooth speaker, which is great to take to the beach this summer.
Yes.
And our younger kids will get backpacks with little beach toys in them, like blow up, volleyball, and a few other items, sunglasses, fun things like that.
Wow. You wouldn't have thought that school nutrition could be so much fun.
Of course, it's lots of fun.
Yes, lots of fun. Well, let's recap for our audience at home the summer meal program, when it starts, where they can go get the meals from, or get more information.
Yes, again, the summer meals are available to every person under the age of 18 across the city of Norfolk, and as Hannah mentioned at the start, anyone even driving through. If you've got cousins and family coming to visit, they're welcome to come for summer meals too. There's no sign up, there's no sign in, there's no enrolling. So NPSsummermeals.com will have the most up-to-date information of the sites, the days they're open, and the serving times. And then also, anywhere around the city, if you just use your phone and text the word food to 877-877, you get an automatic response back that tells you the food places you can go nearby.
Wow, there's no excuse.
That's right.
This is great information, and thank you, ladies, and I hope you enjoy your summer.
Thank you.
We want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS, Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.npsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or information you'd like to share, email us at nps_news@npsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.